The brutal heat continues. Colorado experienced yet another weekend of record-breaking weather. Hazy skies were seen all around the city today, including there at City Park. Still beautiful, though. Temperatures were flirting with the near triple digits in and around the Denver metro area today, along with some more of those microbursts that turned deadly on Saturday. Thanks for joining us this Sunday evening. I'm Mark Salinger. The heat is going to stick around for the next couple of days before a change that could bring some much-needed rain. 9 News meteorologist Corey can join us now. And Corey, just a couple more days before we get to that cool down.
Yeah, this whole summer we have only seen the high temperatures drop below 90 a few times, and usually just 1 or 2 day stretch. This stretch coming up should be an extended period below 90, so it's going to feel really good. But we've got to get through a few more hot days. Right now we are in the 80s after hitting 97 officially at Denver International Airport, just 1 degree away from a record. But it is a warm night, and we've got a few showers going on out there. We've got one strong storm up here in the northeast corner. Down here across the Front Range, we continue to see some evaporating rain showers in the area, creating some gusty winds. Tomorrow, we're going to be hot again and hazy. Here's the forecast across the Front Range. 90s, upper 90s for a lot of us, and some 100-degree potential out here on the eastern plains, 70s and 80s in the foothills and in the mountains. The 7-day forecast shows a couple more hot days here. In fact, we could be right at record territory coming up on Tuesday. The record is only 98. Our forecast is 98. Likely going to hit the 90s on Wednesday. Before Wednesday afternoon, everything changes. We start to introduce some better rain chances, more intense rain chances as well. And the temperatures look like they're going to stay below 90 for about 4 days. And it should go even longer after that. I'll describe that coming up in the full forecast, Mark.
Corey, thank you. The heat sent several people to the hospital and dozens more became sick at a festival in Colorado Springs this weekend. This was at the city's Tacos and Tequila Festival. Colorado Springs Fire Department says a total of 72 patients were treated, with 7 taken to the hospital. Fire Department says many of them were experiencing serious symptoms of dehydration and perhaps predictably intoxication at the Tequila Festival. For context, the high in the city was 97 degrees, just shy of a daily record. Colorado Springs is also dealing with that heat advisory that we saw up here in Denver as well. Up in northern Colorado, investigators are still trying to piece together exactly what happened when a microburst moved through Greeley yesterday afternoon, causing power lines to snap. A woman was killed after a fire started and a man was critically injured. 9 News reporter Angeline McCall spoke with witnesses who described seeing the flames as debris flew everywhere.
It was a normal drive through Greeley until the weather changed unexpectedly.
We weren't quite sure where we were at that moment because it was all, dust was flying and debris was flying, and then you just see all the power lines start to go down. And
Erin Cedar was on the overpass near the Highway 34 and Highway 85 interchange. She says power lines fell, then flames.
Immediately we saw sparks hit the grass in the field right there and started the fire.
Greeley Fire, Greeley Police, and XL Energy are all investigating and haven't confirmed the cause, but dozens of people got caught in the microburst, including Robert Evans.
It hit hard. It caused me to jerk.
His wife was in a car ahead of him with their kids heading to a wedding. He says they saw a man trying to help a woman.
My kids described a man that was almost completely naked. He had some khaki-looking shorts on. He was trying to drag a body through the fire.
Police say there was a homeless encampment in the field that caught fire. Greeley PD confirmed a 45-year-old woman died Saturday and a 48-year-old man was airlifted out in critical condition.
Unfortunately, where these individuals were, that's where the fire struck. And with the brush being so long and tall, it just carried, and that wind downstroke fanned the flames of it, and it carried fast.
Evans says it would have been hard to escape this type of fast-moving fire.
With the hot air going through there that fast, you'll end up burning your lungs more than your skin right away. So trying to get through it that fast, and you're trying to drag somebody through it, they'll succumb to the fire rather quickly.
Was Angeline McCall reporting. When crews arrived yesterday, they actually couldn't start fighting the fire right away because of the live downed power lines. XL Energy says they're still investigating the cause of the fire and won't say at this time if their power lines sparked it. 4 people are hurt after a head-on crash in Thornton today. The fire department up there says the crash happened on 100th Avenue and Riverdale Road. The crash destroyed part of one of the cars as well as the entirety of the other one. The fire department says the victims were taken to the hospital. No word on how they're doing this evening. Officials have not yet said what led to that crash. Denver police have arrested a driver that they say intentionally hit a motorcyclist, killing them last night. This is now being investigated as a homicide here in Denver. The hit-and-run crash was reported near Sheridan Boulevard and Hamden Avenue. Police have not yet shared the details of what led up to it, but they say that the driver of the vehicle intentionally hit the victim's motorcycle, causing the crash. Police say the driver fled the scene but was arrested this evening. 40-year-old Nathan Eastman is being investigated for vehicular homicide and leaving the scene of an accident involving a death. Tonight, the Denver music community came together to honor the life of a beloved band manager, Cass Ivey. Cass died last month in a crash near Colorado Springs. Colorado State Patrol says a car turning off Highway 83 hit an incoming motorcycle. Cass was the passenger on that motorcycle. Today, friends and family and people in the Denver music scene filled the D3 Arts Building to honor Cass. Today's concert featured traditional Native American dancing, music, and a healing ceremony. In addition to that, local music groups performed, and one singer spoke about Cass's impact.
And this community is so incredible. Like, she really put the work in, and it unfortunately has paid off. Just because look at us. None of us would be in this room right now. That's incredible. So thanks.
Investigators arrested the driver of the car on suspicion of DUI. A climber was rescued after being injured on a traverse in Dolores County today. This happened yesterday on the El Diente Traverse. It's a route between two 14ers, Mount Wilson and El Diente Peak. Dolores County Search and Rescue says a GPS coordinate showed that the hiker fell several hundred feet, but were quickly traced to be on top of the mountain near the Organ Pipes. The climber was reported to have a severe injury to their lower leg. Helicopters were called in to help, and rescue crews were able to stop them. Thanks to their bright colors and clothes on their helmets, they were able to spot them. The climber was taken to the hospital in Cortez and is receiving treatment. For people trying to curb or cut down on drinking, it can be tough, but a popular medication not usually thought of in this context may now be able to help. Now News reporter Rachel Krause joins us now. And Rachel, a Colorado researcher is helping to lead that work.
Yeah, a professor at CU Anschutz looked at if the Semaglutide pill people use for diabetes or losing weight could help heavy drinkers cut down. He says they're not surprised that the data was so positive, but hope it can make a real difference.
More than half of Americans drink alcohol, but for some it's more than a habit, it's an addiction. Findings from a new clinical trial may offer hope.
Yeah, absolutely. Alcohol really can destroy people's lives when you're not able to control it, and people are really grateful when they are able to regain some of that control.
Dr. Joseph Schacht with CU Anschutz studied if GLP-1s might help.
And what we found was that semaglutide reduced heavy drinking in particular, and a lot of other measures of alcohol consumption, alcohol craving, and problems associated with heavy drinking in these folks compared to placebo.
The results from the clinical trial, published in the American Journal of Psychiatry, found people taking a pill form of semaglutide, the medication in Ozempic and Wegovy, found people went from drinking heavily, from 4 or 5 drinks or more 5 days out of the week, down to 2 days a week.
They also had a reduction in their alcohol craving, how much they were thinking about alcohol, wanting to drink it over that same time frame.
Schacht says just how it's able to curb cravings isn't clear.
We still don't completely understand the mechanism, what's happening in the brain, perhaps, when you're taking a medication like this. But we think that there's something about reducing this kind of alcohol craving or alcohol noise, people call it, this kind of ongoing thoughts about drinking and wanting to drink that go away a little bit when you're taking this medication.
Schacht says patients took low doses, not enough to lose much weight, but enough to give them more control over their drinking. Results, he says, that are offering relief for many and hope that this could help others.
Yeah, these are just such remarkable medications. They seem to have these additional effects that weren't expected when they were first developed. But everyone in this area is just thrilled to see a treatment that really has a big effect.
And Shock knows this is just a first step. Right now they're studying to see if Zepbound, another GLP-1, could help people stop smoking. And he just applied for a grant for another larger study to see how semaglutide can help with alcohol use disorder long term. He says if that's something you've struggled with and have tried to cut down or quit, talk to your doctor first, but this could be a medication that can help. Rachel Krause, 9 News.